Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Afternoon. Good afternoon. It's all messed up. Time has sprung ahead. All sorts of things have happened with time, but we are here.
You into
we are sprung.
the future.
The future. Hello, future you.
Whether you like it or not, you had to go.
Welcome to your new now.
Hey, everybody.
I like that one. Welcome to your new now. How y'all doing? Let us know who's here. Let us know who's here. We're using a little different system today, so bear with us. Oh, I know what I'll do. We have our ways.
It looks dark.
Sorry, it does look a little dark. We're in a different environment today. That won't change the camera. That'll change what we see. How y'all doing? Let us know who's here. We'd love to know who's with us. Welcome. We're giving people a few minutes to come in. We had a time change. We had a time change. So bear with us today. It's a little dark on the screen, but you can see us. We bright. The light of the world. City set up on a hill shall not be hid. We here. We're giving everybody else a minute. We see some of you all coming in.
Oh.
That looked brighter. I don't know what happened, but there we go. Andrea, good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Andrea.
How you feel?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I know what it is.
Yes. There we go.
Where you tap on this.
There we go. There. Well, you gotta tap on the dark to get it to go bright. Tap on your shirt.
Oh.
No, that did not. There we go. Leave it alone.
I don't know. I think we have to tap on your shirt to make it bright.
That's the best we're gonna do. And
Oh.
We playing with the shades.
Brighter days.
What's up, Stephanie?
I can't.
What's
see
up,
you.
Andrea? That's why I'm doing it here. Yep. Hope y'all are well. Happy
Steph.
Sunday. Having volume issues. That could be on our end. Andrea, can you hear us? I don't know what pH is. You talking about your pH balance? That's a different day. That's a different thing. I don't know what pH is. Oh, Potter's house. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I figured it out. Can y'all hear? Look, we're trying something new. If it's not going to work, we'll adjust. We have one more way
Oh my goodness.
that we can try to do this. If we got to stop and come back on, we will. We're not above that.
Okay, let us know.
Let us know if you can hear us. If not, we'll log on with another piece of machinery.
We got technology.
We got it.
We have options.
We got it.
This one was just more simple.
Yes, this was making life simple. But
Maybe
if you
not
can't
as
hear
effective.
us, then it's not so simple. So let us know. Let us know. I'm going to see what else I can see. Oh, there we go. Yes, I can now. It was on my end. Okay. You got us running around. I'm playing. Cool. Glad you can hear us. We're going to get it together now. All right. Let us know who else is here. Andrea, thank you for your good morning. We're glad to see you. Stephanie, thank you. We want to know who we're talking to today. We see more people who are coming in. Welcome.
Hey, friends.
Welcome.
Hey, family.
Hey, friends. I like that. I'm going to start using that. Hey, friends. I'm going to say it to everybody. Because, you know, that's what our generation does. We think everybody a friend. All right. Hope you all are well. We are happy to be with you today. Like I said, we had time change. We've been catapulted. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Catapulted into our future. We sprung ahead.
Mm-hmm.
What used to be our past has now become our present. What used to be our present has now become our future. We have sprung ahead. That's how things work in these dimensions.
Whether you're ready or not.
Ready or not. Now, if you didn't prepare yourself accordingly and go to sleep on time,
It's a rough transition.
then yeah, you feeling some extra drain. Oh man. Because when we don't prepare ourselves, we aren't ready for the energy that must be exerted. Oh, I done lost her. Where my wife? He that finds a wife finds a good thing, and I'm gonna find her and obtain favor. I done found my good thing. Look at that. Look at the Lord.
Oh, this gonna be in the way.
Look at the Lord. I found her. Thank you. We looking good. We looking energized.
Thanks.
Looking renewed. We in a new environment right now. So that's all. So we trying to work with our environment. Thank you for your patience as we adjust to a new environment and a new phase of time, a new day. It's a new day. I'm feeling that. We're going somewhere completely different than this today, but I'm feeling that you are about to be advanced into something that you thought was further off than, oh goodness. It's what you thought was further off is coming sooner than you think. Because there's a system in the earth that's been put in place that's going to catapult you into your future sooner than you thought you were going to get there. So in order to be prepared for that, you have to make preparations now. I feel this thing. You have to make preparations now. Otherwise, you won't be physically and emotionally and mentally and spiritually ready for the new that you're about to be thrust into. And you'll be walking around drained because you didn't take preparations because you thought you had a little more time. Well, guess what? Time is speeding up. Spring ahead. Spring ahead. Time is speeding up. Get ready. Time is speeding up. So you have to get your rest in advance because a season is coming where you can't rest. Scripture just came to my mind. I must work the works of him who sent me while it's day. For the night is coming when no man shall work. You won't be able to do it. So you got to get ready now so that you can be ready. Oh, goodness, because what's coming to you is coming quicker and sooner and faster than you think. I feel the thing. This is not what we have different things written down that we're about to address, but I feel it in the prophetic realm. Get ready, get ready so that you can be ready. Oh, goodness. How do you say it?
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
There you go. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, because if you're trying to get ready at the time when you were supposed to already be ready, then what's going to happen? You just zoomed on me. You putting me in the
doing my technology
putting me in the frame.
It's very manual.
In the frame. That was a
Arlene.
technological system when we just got you on this little device in front of us.
We did a camera.
That was a
change
adjustment.
Yes.
So, my goodness. So, you have to get ready in your get ready season. Mm-hmm. So that you are ready when it's time for you to go. You don't got to sit there and be like, wait, I got to get some stuff in order first. And that's how you miss your ride. Go ahead.
And, I'm just thinking, we have to cherish the get ready season. A lot of times we start feeling like everything is moving slowly, or you just bored because you're like, I'm ready for what's next and all this stuff. But when there's a time and season for everything, thank God for the get ready season, because he's giving you time to prepare yourself. He's giving you time to get ready for what his move is about to be. So cherish that, respect it, and take advantage of it.
Which leads us into what we were planning on talking about. See how this stuff is just flowing? Or you don't see it yet? You trying to see what I'm about to say?
Yeah, but I do want to, I want to say this.
Do you?
So we're going to get into this other thing, what we planned today, I think.
Possibly.
But, man, we've been reminded all week about God's grace. Have you guys? We know some of you have, because we've been getting messages from different people like, I'm seeing fives. So. And we've been seeing them. I've been posting our household has been seeing. Yeah, you've only posted a fraction of that reminder of grace. But yeah, you have to know that there's significance in seeing the number 5 or the 5 pattern. When you see that, don't just be like, wow, that's cool. Like, realize God is getting a message to you. God is, saying something to you. You have to think about what season are you in right now, or what are you talking about at the moment. He is getting messages to you. For those of you who end up seeing the number 5 or a 5 pattern, 555, 55, 555, or just 5. Man, it's just so, it's been so amazing. One person told us this week, last week, that they were driving one morning and an ambulance came by that was coming toward them or something like that, and they had to pull over for the ambulance. He looks in his rear view mirror and the back of the ambulance says Squad 55. He was like, that's crazy. He was tripping.
Yeah. And so I say, yeah, we're Squad 55. We're the squad that's going after grace. We're the squad that's operating by grace, through grace. My goodness. And hopefully extending grace to somebody else. And so we corporately, Camille, me, and the individual, we don't like outing people without telling them we're going to.
Yeah.
And that individual decided, okay, we're going to pray for whatever's going on with that ambulance.
Yeah.
See, that's the messaging part that we don't want to miss. Like, okay, why did I see that? What was going on when I saw that? And what should my response be? And so we became Squad 55, praying for grace and mercy on that situation, that they would be healed, that they would be well taken care of, that they would receive great care, that there would be a positive outcome, that their families wouldn't have to be worried. My goodness. And so it was a messaging that was a call to action. God's messages to us are often, almost always, calls to some sort of action, to posturing yourself for, okay, I'm ready. I'm seeing these messages. Now, what am I going to do with it? Because in my opinion, my belief, my faith says that these indicators come from the Creator, from God, who is designing our purpose. Oh, goodness. And so we have to be ready at all times. Preachers use the scripture often. Maybe you find it, because I want to see what it actually says. Be instant in season and out of season. Let's see if that's even really a scripture. You know, sometimes we say stuff and it's like, be instant.
Is that telling me where it's from?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 2 Timothy. Let me see.
2 Timothy 4:7. Let's see.
I'm not sure.
Let's try that. 2 Timothy 4:2. Okay. So to 1, it says, I solemnly urge you in the presence of God in Christ Jesus, who will someday judge the living and the dead when he comes to set up his kingdom, preach the word of God. Be prepared whether the time is favorable or not. Look at that. Be prepared whether the time is favorable or not. Patiently correct, rebuke, and encourage your people with good teaching. So this is a word to preachers, but in there is a system, is a God principle. Be prepared whether the time is favorable or not. And so there are times when God is getting a message to you, and our response is, well, this isn't the right time for me to do this. This word says, do what he's calling you to do, whether it seems like it's a great time for it or not, whether the time is favorable or not. I bet you have another version.
Yeah. I love the Amplified version. It says, be ready when the time is right, and even when it is not. Keep your sense of urgency, whether the opportunity seems favorable or unfavorable, whether convenient or inconvenient, whether welcome or unwelcome.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So 2 Timothy 4:2. Be prepared whether the time is favorable or not. But then I like the I like some of those things where it reiterates it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your sense of urgency. Go ahead.
Whether the opportunity seems favorable or unfavorable, whether convenient or inconvenient, whether welcome or unwelcome.
That's good. That's good. And so it does lead us into kind of some of the things we planned to talk about. And yeah, we'll use that as a foundational thing to drive this. Your purpose is a process. And many times we are going about our daily business of life and we're looking for one big thing. Like, I want to know what my purpose is. The question that I receive the most from people who are coming to me like seeking some sort of spiritual advice or whatever is, how do I find my purpose? And we all like have been through these seasons and these periods of our lives. Some of us are still in it where we're like really passionate and hungry and thirsty to just know what is my purpose. And we feel like it is, this is the part we create in our heads. We feel like it is some big announcement, that it's some big thing. We feel like it is some in this huge end product that we see as magnanimous, as gargantuan in nature. It's this world changing thing that we can easily see as this like really life changing, life altering type often event. And so purpose is not an event or a happening. I just want to lay that foundation. I'm going to give it to Camille to take it further, but purpose is not an event or a happening. Purpose is not even a product. Purpose is a process. Mm-hmm. Can you write that? Can you type that in the comments? Whoever's still here, whoever's with us, whoever's watching on the rebroadcast, my purpose is a process. Mm-hmm. My purpose is a process. It's not this one big thing. And so many times we're looking for, oh man, I got my eyes open. I'm looking for my purpose. I'm looking for God to reveal and manifest my purpose on the earth. And so sometimes we miss it in our looking for it. Oh my goodness. And we don't realize we are in it. Your purpose is your why. And it's your why in the particular situation, predicament, environment, situation that you are in. What is my why in this place that I'm in? Mm-hmm. What is my why in this relationship that I'm in? Mm-hmm. What is my why in this job role that I'm in? What is my why in this particular season of my life? And that can be it can be malleable, it can be changing, it can adjust, and we don't see it that way. We often think that our purpose is absolutely static. Mm. This is what it is. This is what it's going to always be. But I'm here to tell you with my own life's example, that is not how it always works. Now, I'm one of these that I try not to say something like, I don't expect that my experience is necessarily everybody's experience, but I can tell you that it is not how it always works, that your purpose manifests as something that is just always going to be the same. Your purpose sometimes can shift. In this season of my life, my purpose is this. In this season of my life, it's this. In this set of relationships, it's this. In my work life, it's this. In my home life, it's this. In my parenting life, it's this. In my spousal life, it's this. In my student life, it's this. In Michigan, it's this. In Tennessee, it's this. It's not as static as we tend to frame it in our minds. Your purpose is a process. It's not one thing. And so we have to be ready every day to see, what is my why in this particular predicament? This thing that is coming upon me. Why is this coming upon me right now? What is my purpose in what is coming before me right now? That is the process of purpose. And so today it could be this. Today you live out your purpose of today. Now, we don't have the total big picture, and that's what we want because we like control and we like understanding how small parts fit in bigger frameworks. But we're not the keepers, oh goodness, of the big picture. And sometimes that can be painful, especially for those of us who are really big picture thinkers. We want the big picture. We want to know, where does this part of my life fit in the larger grand scheme of everything that's happening? But he doesn't always give us that. And so what we have to do is trust that the keeper of time, the God who sits at the end and sees the beginning from the end, the God who supersedes time, who knows how your beginning is fit together, how your next will work with your now, the one who sees the beginning from the end is in control, is sovereign, he has it under control, and our job is to say, what do you need me to do today? All right, I'm going to be quiet, but your purpose is a process, not this one big thing.
So my thoughts are, over my lifetime, I have heard so many preachers talk about purpose as if it is just this one thing that we're supposed to figure out in life. And it's not to knock, anyone who's sharing that message, but I do think that I know that that's kind of what had me jacked up earlier in my young adulthood life. I wanted to, it's a good message. I wanted to know what my purpose was. I remember my freshman year in college, I was so down and frustrated because I'm like, God, why do you have me here? It was my first time, living on my own, and I'm taking responsibility for my life and my connection with the Lord. And I'm like, why am I here? I was so frustrated because I'm like, can you just tell me what my purpose is? What am I supposed to be doing? And I didn't know that I was in it at the moment. I was supposed to be in college. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know who you're going to connect with. You don't know what kind of conversations God has planned for you to have. I'm so busy looking for my purpose, not realizing that was the season for my life. That was one of the things that was going to inform my purpose. Mm-hmm. So I don't know at what point, I don't know how long ago, but I started realizing that I was already in it, and purpose is comprised of many assignments over your lifetime. Mm. And I think that is how a lot of us can look at it, so that we're not getting frustrated and getting down because we may see other people who we think are in their purpose, and things don't look like that for us. But it's about your perspective and how you understand purpose to be in your life. So we have seasons in life where God will have us focus on something, or we'll have this compelling feeling toward something, or a passion towards something. And it's those times in life that build on the purpose. They inform your purpose. It's all purpose. Mm-hmm. And so these seasons may be shorter seasons. They may be longer seasons. Sometimes there are connections and friendships or whatever that have an expiration date. It's for a specific amount of time. There are also relationships that are a lifetime. For those of us, many of us are, going to be, when you're a spouse, just your spouse. We're all sons or daughters. There is purpose in that. Those long-term things, even the short-term ones, but those long-term things, we can't just put those to the side and be like, yeah, I'm a parent, I'm a wife, I'm a husband, I'm a student, stuff like that. We have to, as believers, we're supposed to steward that well. And so there's always something that we can be developing and learning. And as you keep building on that, giving it the respect that it deserves, no matter if you've been a spouse for a very long time, or, no matter if, you've gone through raising your children and stuff like that, and you're still a parent, what am I to learn in this season, in this time? Mm-hmm. So steward it well, whatever season you're in. Steward it well, whatever your assignment is at that point. And those things, again, will continue to inform your purpose.
Man, stuff is flooding to me. So everything that you just named, Camille, all those things, a parent, spouse, I think of a pastor, right? A CEO, an administrator, whatever it may be. All of those things, we look, and look at that, I named 5 of them. 5. All of those things, we look at them as purposes. No, those are positions. There is a difference between a position and a purpose. Purpose asks the question, why am I in that position? Your purpose is your why, not your what. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I think people really get hung up on this, and I don't mean this in a talking down to people, but I think a lot of people don't get this. And we think, I'm looking for my purpose, when really, no, you're looking for your position. Mm-hmm. Or we're looking for a platform. So as a pastor, and I know people will disagree with me, some other pastors will disagree with me, but I'm going to say this, I'm right. Your purpose is not to be a pastor. Why are you a pastor? When you start answering that and you start getting to the root, that begins to inform your purpose for being a pastor. My purpose is not to be a dad. It's what I do, the why. What do I do as a dad? Why am I doing it? Is it to build my child up in a particular way? Is it to demonstrate something? Then you're starting to get to your purpose. My purpose is not to be an HR professional. That is my title. That is my position. But why? What am I in that organization to bring forth that wouldn't be brought forth if I wasn't there as a representative of a greater kingdom? That's when you start to stumble on, that's my purpose. Mm-hmm. Your purpose isn't to be a nurse. A lot of people can be a nurse. That's a position. What do you do differently that sets you apart? What's your why? Why are you in the rooms you're in? Why, oh goodness, why do you have platforms?
What is your assignment in that?
Yeah.
Right.
Your position, your platform, and your purpose are all 3 different things. Your position, your platform, your purpose. There's a lot of P's there, right? Your position, that's your title. That's what you're employed to do, or not employed to do, whatever. That's your role, right? Your platform is the place, or the place on the org chart that so in pastoring, my purpose, I've figured out over time, is to actualize potential within the parishioners that I serve. I know that from a whole lot of work. So it sounds real simple and it's right. I've learned that from seeing the patterns of what happens. So pastoring a church, Victory Life in Big Rapids, Michigan is where we did that first, or the Threshing Floor in Tennessee, or Weekly Wisdom. These are platforms. Okay? These are platforms. So this is where, okay? Your platform is where you do your why. Y'all, you with me? Your platform is where you do your why. Where you are employed is probably one of your platforms for your why. My why, boiled down through a whole bunch of work, is actualizing potential. Whether that be actualizing the potential of individuals I'm serving in a pastoral role, actualizing the potential of people who I work with professionally, actualizing the potential of organizations and businesses and a consulting network, wherever it is, my why is, I've learned from a whole series of things that my why ends up working out. And I'll talk in a minute how I figured that out, because that's going to be what people want to know.
And it took some time.
A whole bunch of time, like, to be able to boil it down. That's my why in whatever location or platform. Whatever platform I'm in, that's usually typically my why. As a parent, I'm supposed to be actualizing the potential of Caden. As a husband, I'm supposed to be actualizing the potential of our marriage and, more of our marriage. Mm-hmm. I'm not her dad or anything like that. So it's different, right?
Yeah, but spouses can push each other, though.
Yeah. But making the most of what we have together, actualizing the potential, right? Figuring out how to do that. Do I fail? Yes. Yesterday was a big fail. But I know I got to suck it up, put myself back in order, and get back to my purpose.
Try again.
I can't stray away from my purpose. I got to figure out how to make the most of what we have. So I'm going to sneak my arm around her. Like everything feels good. Because I'm going to actualize it. Bring it in. All right. So the platform is where your why is operating.
That's good.
The position is simply a role, a title. And we get so hung up, it's attractive. So when you were talking about how we see other people's stuff, and other people's stuff will look attractive.
And we've decided that that's their
their purpose. But it's just their role, mm-hmm. or maybe it's their platform. Mm-hmm. So right now, in about 3-4 years ago, I can't remember, might have been longer than that, God started dealing with me, and it made no sense, telling me, establish an online presence. Huh? This is before COVID. I'm trying to build a local ministry at that point in time, trying to, build a church like I traditionally know it to be in the Tennessee region. And all I'm hearing is establish an online presence, because what he was beginning to demonstrate to me, and that I'm only beginning to see within the last year, some of the why behind it, is that I'm shifting your platform. Oh my goodness. And so we get hung up on, oh no, the platform that I'm trying to build isn't coming how I want it to come. And he's not worried at all, because he's like, platforms come a dime a dozen. I can shift your platform anytime I want, but your purpose will remain. But your purpose, the output, oh my goodness, it may change. So I'm moving you to an online presence, and then he told me I'm moving you into business. What is the terminology that marketplace ministry? So I'm making you a light in the business world to do the same stuff that you do in the church world, but instead with a different outlet, same purpose, different platform, different position. I'm not Pastor Rajel at work. Right? Different position, different platform, same purpose, actualizing the potential all around. Oh my goodness. So how did I find that out? Right? Is that what I was supposed to talk about next? Or do you want to
I want to add a couple more things to what you were just saying. So one point I hope you all are gathering is that you are actually living out your purpose on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. Realize that. Mm-hmm. Respect it as that. You are actually living out your purpose on a daily basis. another point is, as believers, it's our job to advance the kingdom of God. That's our job.
That's it.
I dare say that's our purpose.
Yeah, that's it. Go into the world.
Everything
it's the Great Commission
that we do, if we're believers, the goal is to advance the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
How you do it,
yeah,
God's going to give you those different ways.
Methodologies.
Methodologies.
Shine light where you are.
Yeah.
Like it's simpler than we make it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we advance the kingdom of God by being in tune with Him and walking out the things that He gives us to do. Mm-hmm. Those things that God puts in your spirit that make you feel compelled to give attention to or to bring to light, stuff like that. So, yeah, we're walking out our purpose every day.
Yeah. What's up, cuz? I see you, Jermaine.
Oh.
Yeah, what's going on with you, man? Miss you, love you. All right, so yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit. This is somewhat where we were going, somewhat not where we were going. But it's good. How did I begin to figure it out for me? The things she just said, like just doing what I know to do in a circumstance that I'm in. It seems minimal, and so that's what we were saying too. So when we see other people's stuff, it looks glamorous. It's glamorized. Like, man, they really doing it. Like, we often minimize our impact. We often think that what we do, anybody could do it. So I say in different settings, different platforms, our strengths become our lens. And so if it's something that we're doing or something that we think is pretty easy, we minimize the impact of it. And we're like, oh, there ain't none to that. Anybody could do that. And the truth is, no, not anyone could do what you do, because no one has your swag, style, flavor, and flow. There is no one who is a duplicate of you. They haven't had your wealth of experiences that brought you to where you are. They don't have your temperament. And so there's something that you can do uniquely that no one else can do the way that you can do it, because nobody else has your swag, style, flavor, and flow. Nobody else can enter rooms that you can enter. They don't know how to enter them the way that you enter them. When they do enter the room, they don't impact it the same way that you impact it. You may come in as a listener and they might not come in. Whatever it is, there is some uniqueness to you that nobody else does it exactly how you do it. Nobody else is an identical duplicate form of you. Nobody can often imitate it, never duplicate it. There will never be another Camille Jones. Promise. There will never be another Rajel Jones. Promise. You can't keep up with the Joneses. And you probably don't want to. You probably should stay in your lane.
You're trying to keep up with us.
We're trying to figure out what in the world is wrong with us.
What's happening? And
so the goal isn't to be who you see, it's to be you in every situation that you're in. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to get out of this. Stop trying to get out of the situations that you're in. Your purpose is in that. That's why you're there.
Perfect your sauce.
What's your secret sauce? Mm-hmm. You miss an ingredient. You're not putting the ingredients you know to put in it. So how do you begin to find it? And so, it's nice. I can encapsulate my purpose, at least at this point, and that could shift too. I don't know. But I can encapsulate it in a little statement, actualizing potential, right? Because I've happened after it, like blindly, and started to see patterns. Like, man, every time I'm in a situation, I'm there to find out what's missing and to try to bring the part that's missing into it, whether that's a process improvement or whether that's an employee or a hire or whether that's a message or some life coaching or what, just because from the practical, the application, trying it, happening after it, I've stumbled in to realize, man, it all starts to fall into kind of this little succinct little box of actualizing potential, whether that's organizations or individuals or my family or businesses or processes or ideation or strategies. Like, it's taking something that's good, making it great, that maximizer thing. It's it's making something work how it probably was designed to work, whether that be a thing or an idea or people or system. These are our outputs, right? Tips, things, ideas, people, systems. Those are outputs, right? Those. So, if you work it, you'll start to be able to frame it if you need that. Some people don't need, because then I use my little watered down statement to then make decisions. Do I need to be a part of this? I got asked to do this. Does it fit with, what am I going to actualize in there?
Does it line up?
Yep. And if not, then why am I doing it? Like, I've had jobs that I've been in very recently where I've looked at it and I've been like, there's no way for me to actualize potential here because it's not wanted.
And that's how you protect yourself from spinning your wheels unnecessarily.
And getting stuck.
Yeah.
That's spinning your wheels, huh? Look at those idioms.
And just using up energy that you didn't need to, is the word expend?
Probably both, but yeah, because I think it was Paul in the Bible says, "Oh, I feel you, Jermaine. Go make that money, man. I know you gotta go to work, but good to see you. Love you." I think it was Paul who said, "Stop." I'm gonna say it wrong. Stop kicking your foot against the prick, or something like that. You're gonna find it. Somebody will find it. Something like that. That's what, when we try to force our why into the wrong platform, into the wrong position, into the wrong people, into the wrong tips, into the wrong things, ideas, people, and systems, we're kicking against something that's not going to move. The only thing it's going to do is hurt us. I'm sure you're finding it. Kicking against the pricks. I don't even know. But I think of a prick, the little pointy, stabby pieces of plant. I'm from the country, so y'all don't know nothing about this probably. But like, if you kick against something that will stick you, you're going to be bleeding, and it's not really going to change anything. Right? That's the point of it. Over in Acts 9 somewhere, it looks like.
It looks like
Acts 9 and 5.
Oh, yeah, here it is. What is that?
It's hard for, does it?
Yeah, I don't know what that source was.
Oh.
Acts.
We're going to find it. So I want us to look at that. Acts 9 and 5. Yeah, it was Saul. Now get up and go to the city. No, that's not it. I don't know. Did y'all find it? Let me see.
Where's Heather?
Right. Oh, speaking of Heather. Heather, thank you. I know you're probably watching the rebroadcast.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she's here right now. But thank you so much. Last week, Heather sold with the stars. I don't even know how to tell y'all how to do it, but there's a way that you can sow. You can give some money and support what we're doing with the stars. Thank you, Heather. We received that. Appreciate that. Also, there's always a comment on the bottom, and we don't talk about this hardly ever on purpose because that's not our why. It's not our why.
You gotta let the Lord lead you when to sow.
Yeah, but when you feel like you should sow to support what we're doing, there are links that you can see on the first comment in this whole thread that point you to different ways that you can sow into the threshing floor, which is kind of the overarching thing over Weekly Wisdom and over a lot of the things we do on this end. You found it?
Yeah, it's still 9 and 5. Just I looked at it in the King James version this time.
This is when he was talking to Paul. Before he became Paul, he was still Saul. he said, and Jesus identified himself, and he asked him a question. He said, Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? Oh, we got the King James. Why persecutest thou me? And he said, who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. So he tells Paul, you keep on trying to push your agenda against something that's on. You can't harm me. That's Jesus was a bad man. You can't harm me. If you kick me, your foot gonna bleed. Is really what he told him. If you kick, and man, there's some people in some of y'all work environments that you just need to know it's hard for them to kick against the prick. And so when people try to operate their purpose in the wrong platform, in the wrong place, and they're trying to push their agenda, it's like you're kicking against the prick. Like you trying to make something happen, you're trying to hurt me, but you're really just hurting yourself in the process. And that's what we do. We sometimes try to force our agenda, force our why in atmospheres that don't want it. I'm reminded of what Jesus told his disciples. He told them, when you go into a city and you try to present this word and present your purpose and they don't receive it, what I need you to do is shake the dust off. You like how I did that? Shake the dust off. In other words, shake the dust off. Don't worry about it. Don't sit there and try to force light into areas where darkness wants to stay. If they don't want it,
keep it moving.
Keep it moving. And I have adopted that. You don't want what I have? Cool. On to the next platform. And so don't let a platform, oh my goodness, frustrate your purpose. Write that, please. Don't let a platform frustrate your purpose. It doesn't matter if you're at the bottom of a company. Don't let your position frustrate it either. It doesn't matter if you're at the bottom of the org chart or the top of the org chart. Your job, your assignment, oh my goodness, is to deliver purpose and infuse purpose into the situation. Don't kick against the prick. They don't want it. Peace. Oh my goodness. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I hope you're hearing it. So yeah, Camille's point. Purpose is comprised of many things assigned to you over a lifetime. The only way you're going to be able to boil it down like you want to, and I know, I get it. I wanted to. That's why I did. That's why I can sit here and tell you what mine is. Like I can verbalize it because that was a struggle of mine. Because I was trying to find it. I want to operate it. I don't know. And I always messed up when I thought it was a position. So I thought it was to be a musician.
Until the end of time.
I thought that was it. I thought that was my purpose. No, that was a position in a moment in time. Right? It feeds into other things in my life too. But it wasn't the purpose. Why was I a musician? Because it began to teach me how to change atmospheres. Because it opened doors for me for other platforms. Oh my goodness. Because it began to show me how to maximize and actualize potential in an atmosphere, in a service, in an event, whatever my output was, right? I was able to tap in to something that would make it better, that would actualize potential.
I mean, it's really what businesses do. They create mission statements.
Yeah.
Or, their what is their tagline?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how you function.
Yeah.
From that mission.
Yeah, but don't make it up and then go after it.
Right.
Do the work of figuring it out. Like if I wouldn't have went through the seasons of figuring out how to play and figuring out how to do it well, I wouldn't have learned that I could influence an atmosphere with it. I wouldn't then have had doors open to me where I was able to do things that better musicians should have done, right? I was able to travel with artists where people could play circles around me, but I would get in the doors because there was a definite purpose to actualize potential, to create and shift atmospheres. All of that was in it. But I thought, well, this is it. My purpose is musician. And then it was weird to me when it shifted and it was like, okay, now you're a pastor. Wait, my role just changed. And so I'm preaching and I'm pouring into that, and I start to see after examining, oh, I'm doing the same thing.
And when you were preaching, at that point, you were ministering to musicians at that point, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first, yeah.
I mean, you still do that, you know, from time to time, but there was a whole season during your preaching.
Yeah, you're right.
When you were pouring into musicians
and singers
who were coming up after you.
Yeah, doing workshops and
Yeah.
man,
They needed what you went through. They needed what you learned.
and I was doing workshops for musicians who could outplay me. Don't miss that. Like,
But you were teaching them too more than just
yes,
the craft,
yeah.
the heart behind it.
I was
the
teaching them,
posture
yeah,
behind, yeah.
how to actualize their potential. Oh, so then it moves from just being a preacher to being a pastor. I skipped from musician to studio stuff to like all of this stuff with little pieces. And every time I was like, okay, that's my purpose. I kept thinking my position was my purpose. And then even with the preaching thing, it was like, okay, so being a pastor, so a local church that's my purpose. No.
It was informing it.
Yes, it was just a platform where my purpose could reach more people. So some platforms elevate they amplify. That's the word I'm looking for. They amplify your purpose. Oh my goodness. I hope this is helping somebody.
Yeah, they're quiet.
Mm-hmm. I think they're listening. When they get quiet like this, it's often because they're like in this. I've learned this from you. You taught me to be like this. It's a contemplative word. Yep. They're introspective. They're looking back. They're looking in. They're trying to figure out what do I do with this. Yeah. And so I don't mind when y'all get quiet. Okay, I see you. It's helping. It's helping. You came up for air and you did a comment. All right, it's helping. Good. And so yeah, I think a lot of people mix up. Yeah. Good.
It's helping.
Good. I think a lot of people mix up. What you are not what you do. Who you are is different than what you do. So I don't care what you do. If you cleaning up toilets, that's what you do. It's not who you are. Why are you there? It might not have nothing to do with the toilets. That's just a way for you to get in because you have there's some kind of light you can shed on a dark situation. Oh my goodness. All right. So, position, platform, purpose. All different things. Don't confuse them. Okay? That's probably enough.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a lot for one day, for one talk. There's more, but that's okay. We'll be back. That's what Arnold Schwarzenegger said. I'll be back. All right? How y'all feeling?
That was nice talking about that today. I feel like we've learned some things over time.
That we don't have to force our agenda and plan, and that we have something to share. All of that.
No, I just that whole, it's hard to go through things in life, but it's really wonderful when you learn something from it, and then you can share what you've learned. You can share what God has downloaded to you. You can help people get to the mindset or the perspective that is most helpful faster than you did,
Yeah.
So.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just got a download about my wife's purpose, to give her the little box. I'll talk to her about it now, y'all. Yep. But it's about what she does in every situation. It's so cool when you think about that. No matter where you are, in the workplace, in the home, with your family, with your extended family that you didn't know you were going to be doing things with all sorts, whatever. Like, there is a pattern that you start to see when you can look back at it. I like getting the little tagline, motto, because it helps inform my decisions. So, hopefully that's useful for y'all today. Thanks, Andrea. Thanks, Jermaine. Thanks,
guys.
Stephanie. Thanks, Earlene. Everybody who's chimed in. I hope I'm not missing anybody. I know several of you will watch on the rebroadcast. Several of you all are faithful and committed to do it. Leslie, Daniel, we appreciate y'all. Who else am I missing? I'm missing Marie. All sorts of you, and you all are sharers of it, promoters of it. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're praying for y'all, Heather. Some of y'all been sowing into it in various ways. Leslie, constant supporter in so many different ways. Mom Gant, Mom Jones, Teresa. Some of y'all watch every week, whether live or on the rebroadcast. Yeah, and you keep letting us know that it's helping, and that helps us to keep on keeping on. So we appreciate all of y'all. I'm sure I'm missing. I shouldn't start calling names. I'm sure I'm missing several people.
When you do that.
But Tracy, I know you've been watching a lot, and so many more. How about that? If I didn't call your name, it's not because I don't appreciate you and notice you, Earlene. So many of y'all, we appreciate you. I know. It's hard to jump out of there once you jump in because I don't want to leave anybody out. But we're so thankful for each and every one of you. We're praying for you. We love our little community here, the platform that we have here. Jermaine, I'm glad to see you. And I see you've been watching, man, whether you come on the live or not. I see you and I see you sharing, and I appreciate it. Love all of y'all very much. This one, like, incredibly, love her a whole lot. And
I love you a whole lot.
Let's say it. We had a rough day. We traveled. When you travel as a family, all your stuff goes haywire. And so I love my wife. I love my wife. I do. I love my wife. Sometimes you gotta keep telling yourself that. I do. And Caden and everybody. So love y'all. Have a phenomenal week. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are so affirming. Yep. Appreciate y'all. Love you. Have a great week. We'll talk with you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.